me 10 good books to read. I say, I tell you what, I'll do something better for you. I give you 2 books and I challenge you to read 2 books 10 times. Why? Because if you memorize 2 books 10 times, you've learned so much. If you read 1 book 1 time, you go to another book 1 time, you go to another book 1 time, all you've done was read the book, you ain't internalized the book. But if you read 2 books 10 times, you've internalized the book and then you filter what is right and what is wrong. You won't read 2 books 1 time. You get halfway through the book, it becomes a coffee stand now. It becomes a prop in your pictures. It becomes a part of your background. It becomes a part of your setting. It looks good on a coffee holder. So why would I give you 10 books? For a long time, we could say that we didn't have access to the game. For a long time, we can say, we didn't have the money to get the newspapers to know how to buy stocks. For a long time, we could say, we don't even know how to read. For a long time, we could say, we don't even know how to count. For a long time, we can really even say, I don't even know what a stock is. But today, as I stand before you, I want you to understand that access has been granted. But another harsh truth is the market doesn't give you what you want. It only gives you what you work for. I know there's some people that just tuned in tonight. You just tuned in. You just turned the channel on, right? You're like, I hope Trap didn't get into the, matter of fact, who is Wall Street Trapper? I don't know. I want to introduce you to this statement. I want you to hold it dear for those who are confused, for those who are treating this like a gamble. I want you to know you don't be a gambler here, you be a generator. That's right, you're not a gambler when you get into these markets. If you do, it will punish you. You must be a generator of dividends, a generator of wealth, right? I want you to understand that. The market will not give you what you want, only what you work for. See, a lot of us come to the market with this vision. I'm gonna make a whole lot of money. And while that is true, the market doesn't just give you that, you must work for it. You must endure, you must persevere. You must know how to ride the highs and the lows. You must understand the market from various different angles because that is the only way that you get an advantage. Just because you want it doesn't mean the market will give it to you. As a matter of fact, because you want it, you will step into the market under this false pretense and the market will annihilate you. Yes. Yes. I am a generator, not a gambler. Generator. We think about what a generator is, right? It's the source of everything needed in a certain environment, right? It's the source. The market doesn't give us what we want, it gives us what we work for. And for some strange reason, we all think that freedom is just handed to us. For some odd reason, we don't look back on the history books and realize that everything, everyone, every group of people, every person, every nation that finally attained freedom had to bleed for it. Because no one truly likes to relinquish power. Freedom is a form of power. Me and my cousin, we love this saying. Boss, who that nigga is on that name? We always say that to each other when we see somebody fly or we see somebody fresh or we like, yeah. But for me and him, we understand it because when we watched Django, we understood that he had a sense of freedom and they wanted to know in that moment, how is it that he attained that freedom? How did he get it? How did he get on that horse? Why is he wearing those clothes? Why is he doing the thing that he's doing and he looked like us? How did he obtain freedom? And everybody who looked at him wanted it. But very few are willing to do the thing to attain it. Now I'm gonna talk to you right now. Are you willing to endure? So like when you see this moment and the whole world is saying, hey, the sky is falling. and the whole world is just panicking, and are you the person that can say, hey, listen, I'm going to drown out the noise and I'm going to focus on an opportunity, because after really big drawbacks come really big gains. After really big drawbacks come really big gains. But it's the drawbacks. It's the drawbacks that hurt us the most. Because for some reason, we never forget what that felt like. And instead of using this pain as power, we use the pain as prison. Instead of using the pain as power, instead of saying, oh, I went through that, I felt it, this is a part of the game. This now makes me better because now I felt something that I never felt before. Now I felt something that encourages me to go. And when I look back, I see everybody that went through this and everybody that felt this, they always came out on the other side better. No. What most people do is we allow the pain then to become the prison to say, yo, I'm not playing that game. Yo, I ain't messing with them stocks no more. I'm still scarred. Trap, I got the trauma from the Liberation Day. Trap, I got the trauma from what I lost. Trap, I don't even know how Trap do it. Hey, listen, because I understand. The game gonna reward me. But the game don't give me back my bread. The game don't give me back that, because here's the thing, I took from the game. I took from the game. I played the game year after year after year, and I took from the game. And at some point, the game gonna say, hey, let me get that. And I gotta be willing to keep score and say, hey, it's my turn again. And you gotta just keep learning. You gotta keep evolving. Remember, the game don't give you what you want. The game gonna only give you what you work for. Now, let me go deeper with that. Because just like you working, the game working. Just like the game gonna allow you a season to get it back from it, there's also gonna be a season where the game say, my turn. My question to you is, will you endure? That's what I do. I look back and I say, oh, Bill Ackman lost $400 million. What Buffett lost this before. This person lost that before. Dang. But they still in the game. Never once did they think about not playing the game. Never once did they think about, let me step away from the game. So why are you? Why are you? Man, Trap, I can't afford to. Man, Trapper, I ain't got. I was talking to my therapist the other day. Yesterday. And I told my therapist, I said, it's hard for me to look for help in certain situations because, watch this, yo. Watch this. Because I'd rather look for the solution. A lot of times, we go reach out for the help before even looking for the solution. And what happens is, now you look for a crutch instead of learning how to walk on your own. And I said, I remember when Kobe had that injury. Before he looked to anybody to help him up, he got up, he followed through, and then he allowed the help to walk him off the court. I said, that's a different kind of mindset. That's how I am in life. I say in life, if we get too comfortable with making excuses, we never find the willpower to find solutions. I'm a solutionist, not an excusionist. I'm a solutionist. It can go bad, it can go left, it can go right. But there's something in me that says I'm gonna figure it out. And after I've exhausted all possibilities, then I tap into my network, not before. I tap in. What do I need to learn? How do I get better? What did I do wrong? Where's the mistakes? Where's the mistakes? Where's the path out? Where's the tools I need? What's around me that can make me better? Because I know at some point I've positioned myself to be better. And if something don't go my way, it don't mean I gotta give up. It mean I gotta figure it out. Where's the solution, not the excuse? And the problem is we've gotten too comfortable looking for excuses. Excuses. And the dope part about excuses, they all have a little bit of legitimacy to them. And if you tell it to the right person, they'll actually understand. But if you tell it to the wrong person, they'll look at you like, you couldn't figure that out? That's what this game is. This game says, can you figure it out? And after you exhausted all possibilities, then you get into that environment where helping is obligatory. When you get in an environment where helping other people is not just, it's not painful. It's a duty. But that's two-sided, because now some of us get in the area where I don't want to ask for help. So I ask you, did the pain become your power, or did it become your prison? It's a gray area. That's a gray area. Solutionist. Most of us won't get better because we won't read a book. Trap, give me 10 good books to read. I say, I tell you what, I'll do something better for you. I give you 2 books and I challenge you to read 2 books 10 times. Why? Because if you memorize 2 books 10 times, you've learned so much. If you read 1 book 1 time, you go to another book 1 time, you go to another book 1 time, all you've done was read the book, you ain't internalized the book. But if you read 2 books 10 times, you've internalized the book, and then you filter what is right and what is wrong. You won't read 2 books 1 time. You get halfway through the book, it becomes a coffee stand now. It becomes a prop in your pictures. It becomes a part of your background. It becomes a part of your setting. It looks good on a coffee holder. So why would I give you 10 books? Trap, what podcast you listen to? I don't know. Get on any one of them. I guarantee you, you're not going to listen to it for the whole hour. In 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to find a reason to start scrolling on Instagram. The game don't give you what you want. It give you what you work for. Your problem is you ain't willing to work for it. You want it given to you. You want it given to you. I get up in the morning, I work out. Soon as I pray, I work out. Guess what I'm on? CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox News, reading a book, coming in here, I'm work. Everything that is necessary for me to be successful, I'm working it. Day in, day out, no breaks. Trap, you wanna come here? Bro, I can't come. Trap, you wanna do that? I cannot come. Why? Because the game only give me what I work for, not what I want. Not what I want. And I refuse when my day come and it's time for me to go, I can look back and say, I gave it everything I had. I never want to die with regret. I never want to die with the cup half full. I want to know I laid it all on the line. I want to know I read everything I could read. I want to know I maxed myself out. I'm not going to lie to you, yo. Sometimes it be stressful. But listen, you know what bring me back to reality? I say, it's worth it. My production guy told me something the other day, Jose. Benton told me something that was real dope. And I've been holding on to this all week since he told it to me. He said, Trap, I see you, bruh. And I admire how you navigating this. I can only imagine what's going through your head. I see the market. You got me watching the market more. I see you on Instagram. I see you building this building out. I see you building the production out. I see you got, other stuff going on. He said, bro, I admire you because I only can imagine what it's like to birth that baby. He said, I wouldn't know. I got my own beast. He said, I can't imagine what it's like to birth that baby. But I want you to know something, Trappin. And this is the part that hit me hard. He said, listen, in pregnancy, the crown is the hardest part. He said, if you get past the crown, you got it. And I'm getting chills right now because when he told me that, I said, oh, this the crown. It's the crown. Once I get past the crown, we good. I say, bruh, thank you for that. I'm gonna ask you a question. How many people right now, you in crowning phase? You in that crowning phase. Now, here's the dope part about the crowning phase, y'all. First, you gotta identify that's where you at. Second of all, you can't push it back. You can't push it back. That's the phase we in. We can't push it back. You gotta deliver. You gotta deliver. No matter how long it takes. 10 hours, 12 hours, 8 hours. You gotta deliver. You gotta push. You gotta go through it. Hold somebody's hand. Curse somebody out, but push through, goddammit. Because the game only gives you what you work for. You wanted a baby, but you gotta deliver it.